everybody. We'll get the live stream started here in a minute. Give everybody a chance to jump on here. Audio. Well, we're giving everybody a chance to get on. We'll get the live stream started here. Excellent. We got audio and everything. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We are right now in southern Wisconsin with pretty wintry conditions. It's 31 degrees out, snowing. It's a little bit icy.
157-10-7.
Roads and everything are plowed, however. You can see my location on the map there in the bottom left. This is our new streaming platform. Hope everybody likes the streaming platform. And the location there in the bottom, that updates every 2 minutes or so. So that'll have everybody give us, everyone will be able to see where we're at from now on, so that's excellent. We're streaming live to Facebook and YouTube. However, YouTube has the best experience.
13 is 10-8.
Right now I'm on my way to Tunica, Mississippi for the night. It's that extreme northwest corner of Mississippi near Memphis. Be spending the night there in anticipation of severe weather tomorrow. Looks like we've got a fairly decent shot at some severe storms tomorrow. Maybe a tornado or two. Not quite sure. There's two areas that are showing on models that are of interest. One is kind of the eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi area, and then possibly even farther south into eastern Louisiana. We'll decide where exactly we're going to go in the morning. But I wanted to get the stream up and discuss this and maybe even stream some of the winter weather conditions here. This is, we're just south of my hometown of Monroe, Wisconsin. Just leaving right now. Should be in Tunica, Mississippi tonight by 11 or 12. So not too bad. Tomorrow it looks like the main threat's going to be damaging winds, maybe a tornado or two. I don't see a big hail threat evolving. But a couple of things to be mindful of tomorrow is we could see a couple of rounds of storms, maybe an initial early afternoon round and then maybe an evening round. This is probably not going to be the massive outbreak that we saw back on December 10th or the 15th. This is probably going to be more of a run-of-the-mill severe weather event, but we're also interested later this week. Looks like Friday and Saturday could be big-time severe weather days down there. It's a little bit early to tell, but the Storm Prediction Center has already outlined some areas in Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama for Friday and Saturday for having potential for severe weather. And thanks everybody for joining us. This is our new streaming method or platform, if you will, with the overlays. We've got this set up now, so if the stream does go down or if I lose connection from the car, the stream on YouTube and Facebook will stay active. You'll just see a screen that says, temporarily disconnected or whatever. So that way we don't have to constantly send out new links or refresh all the time. Heavy snow near Michigan, I believe it. It's pretty, I'd say visibility is about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles here. We'll be crossing the Illinois border here in just a minute. But yeah, the roads are pretty slick. We're behind a plow, so it's hard to judge right now. But really don't recommend travel right now. Especially that northbound lane there on the left of the screen there. That hasn't really been touched. That looks pretty terrible. It's really slippery. It's 31 degrees. So we're kind of getting a little bit of melting and slushiness. I think it's causing some problems. Nashville area, yeah, potentially could see some storms tomorrow and then Friday and Saturday as well. That's pretty typical for this time of year, though, I guess. We start seeing these Dixie Alley or these Mid-South and Deep South events, Gulf Coast states, rather. I'll probably be remaining in the area until Friday. Just going to have to wait a couple of days. Maybe they've been following that saga. We are coming into an area where there's terrible data coverage. Just be forewarned. A couple of miles of poor service. But yeah, we could see a pretty decent severe weather event, I think. Especially Friday and Saturday. It's still a little bit far out. I mean, we're only on Tuesday here, so I think by Thursday we'll have more confidence in Friday and Saturday, even maybe tonight, tomorrow, when we get some higher resolution models starting to come into play. Yeah, we could have snow on the back side of this, maybe the northern side. We could see some snow from the severe weather event. This could be a pretty interesting event to follow. That happens a lot this time of year for those that aren't familiar. Maybe you don't live in the Midwest or the central part of the U.S. You know, we get these events where we'll get severe weather down south and a snowstorm up north. Well, here we're getting a little bit of a taste of winter finally in the Midwest. But I'm interested to see how the roads are once we get into Illinois, which we're about to cross there right now. But I-39 is the interstate we'll be taking down towards Springfield and then go through St. Louis and south to Tunica, Mississippi. But a little bit interested to see how those roads are. We're only doing about 35 miles an hour now. Granted, we're behind a plow, but I did the Illinois driving map line, and that was not a viewing. Like I said, we've got that location on screen now. We invested another chunk of change here. It wasn't a huge investment, but it was a moderate investment here. We got a third-party server now to do all the overlays and keep the stream active in the event that the car disconnects. So we have the ability to put our location on screen, so that's excellent. Here's that cell phone data zone almost no data coverage here whatsoever. So the stream's going to be a little rough for a minute. Just crossed into Illinois, and the roads are actually in a little bit better shape, surprisingly. I think kind of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line area was supposed to get, maybe 2-3 inches of snow, possibly. I wasn't paying much attention because it's kind of focused on the severe weather threat. Man, the data coverage is rough through here. But we will be live streaming the rest of the week, of course. Tomorrow, and then probably not Thursday. Friday and Saturday. Once I get to the hotel tonight, I'm going to go through some equipment. We're actually just running the stream off of a cell data hotspot right now temporarily. My bonded router is it's in the car. I put it back in the car. I just haven't plugged it in. So get a couple of things situated in the car and get ready to go. But these roads here in Illinois are actually a little bit shaky. It's usually not the case. Once I get to the alright, just checking our audio there. Alright, well that's it. Anyway, small town of Orangeville, Illinois. There's really not much in this town except a gas station. But we should be smooth sailing, I'm hoping, once we get south of Lake Peoria, south of maybe even south of the Springfield, Illinois area. Really hoping that the road conditions will be better. And I hope. I'm doing about 45 right now. This is a 55-mile-an-hour state highway. So, I mean, that's okay. But it's going to make a long drive. It's going to take a 10-hour drive and turn it into a 12-hour drive pretty quick. But anyway, if you're just joining, we are en route to Tunica, Mississippi. From extreme northern Illinois. You can see my location on the map down there in the bottom left. And we're going to probably see some severe weather tomorrow. There's a couple of uncertainties like storm coverage, amount of storms. Maybe a little bit of a capping issue, maybe. Lots of attention on our live stream back there on the 10th and the 15th, and we're really hammering out these live streams now. This is kind of becoming our bread and butter. We started just earlier this year doing the live streams. We really enjoy doing them. Hear me in the background there. I've got the stream on in the background, just kind of monitoring it, testing now, making sure it's working. In Cleveland, interesting.
Go ahead. Tracking as good as the rest. 10-4.
But yeah, so I think that Friday and Saturday are going to be the big attention days that deserve the attention. Tomorrow's kind of a warm-up day, if you will. We've been watching this on models here for a couple of days now, though. So I'm interested to see what Friday and Saturday bring. Hopefully not the big catastrophic tornado event like we saw back on the 10th. Hopefully not. I think that makes it's been quite a while since we've driven through winter conditions on the way to a storm chase. I think the last time was last year, actually. Road conditions aren't terrible, but I've seen worse. Looks like there's a large band of snow, or a large shield of snow, parts of Wisconsin up into Minneapolis, through Chicago, Detroit, even toward Toronto, northern Indiana, northern Ohio, maybe even. Looks like it turns to rain south of Chicago, or a mix. I think we're actually going to be out of the snow here before too terrible long. The snow is really lightened up. Looking at Barron here, we're looking at the radar composite. It does look like maybe in an hour or so we'll be completely south of the snow, but there's winter weather advisories in effect for almost all of Wisconsin. In fact, I think it is all of Wisconsin. For, yeah, basically Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, maybe even northern Indiana there too, it might look like. So definitely a wintry day finally. I'm really not a big fan of winter, but I guess we'll take it. Yeah, the video quality won't be the best because we're mobile and we're in a terrible area with terrible data coverage, unfortunately. This little sliver between Highway 20 and then Southern Wisconsin, there's just terrible coverage. Verizon and AT&T are awful here. It's real sporadic too. I see the streams varying between 0 kilobits a second and 2,000 kilobits a second, so real spotty. But of course we're just using the cell phone data right now. I'm not using the bonded router in the car. I don't have that plugged in. I just can't stop and plug it in at the moment. But yeah, lake effect up there near the Cleveland area. I don't think you'll be seeing any of that today, but yeah, that can be a big one. I know like the Lake Michigan shorelines, Milwaukee deals with that quite a bit. Turns into quite the mess. But if you're on our YouTube, definitely check out our Facebook page. I think there's a link in the description. There should be anyway. We are streaming to Facebook as well. However, YouTube is our primary source here. It's actually really pretty through here with the snow on the tree branches. Yep, we're in the Fusion. It's pretty much all we chase in now. I've had several different chase vehicles. I've had an Explorer, I've had an F-150, an Escape. The Fusion's been great. Excellent gas mileage. Very reliable so far. Not a sponsor. Right now we're just streaming snow. However, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we may be streaming some thunderstorms, maybe some tornadoes. I'm on the way to Tunica, Mississippi right now, where I'll spend the night. And we'll be ready for tomorrow's chase somewhere in Mississippi or Alabama. I figured we'd fire up the live stream and give it a shot. It's the first time I'm streaming with this setup particularly. It just amazes me though how terrible the data dead zones are in some of the parts of the country. You get 100, 150 megabit internet connections in some areas, and then you go 2 miles and you get 0. It's nuts. I see the super chat in there. Thank you very much. It's always appreciated. We take those funds at the end of the month when YouTube pays them out and pay the data bills. We have a third-party streaming server that gets kind of expensive. It charges us per gigabyte. And we just get billed monthly, but it's cheaper to do it that way than to run several concurrent streams in the car. We're actually not in Mississippi, we're in northern Illinois. Actually, the location is in the bottom left there on the little blue dot. On a phone, it's probably hard to see because it's small. We're headed to Mississippi. It's stream northern Illinois right now. We're going to be going toward Rockford and getting on I-39, the interstate that goes north-south, and start heading south. We will probably head through St. Louis and everything, headed toward Tunica. Got a hotel in Tunica for the night. But I thought this was going to be a little bit more of an exciting stream than it was. I was a little late. About 2 hours ago, if we would have been streaming, it would have been darn near a whiteout condition out here. I went to the grocery store, ran some errands, went and had the tires rotated and all that, and it was a whiteout condition almost. So I guess I should have fired the stream up earlier. We're kind of at the tail end here. Instructions about donations. I think there's a link in the YouTube description. Otherwise, you can send a super chat or whatever, or you can go to our website, stormpredators.com. I think it's in the description there, whatever, and you can do it right on there. Whichever way you want to do, we're not picky. We take all those and basically use them to cover the data costs, and we actually usually get enough contributions either through YouTube ads or super chats or whatever to cover our data costs, so that's helpful. It's ridiculous how much some of these online or cloud-based servers cost. Not necessarily per hour, but per gigabyte. It's kind of crazy. You'd think that stuff would be cheaper now. I'm really tempted to possibly just start my own server at home and put it on a backup battery and a dedicated internet connection with a static IP. It'd be so much cheaper. It'd be darn near free. So we actually might do that. But yeah, howdy everybody. Thanks for jumping in. It amazes me the difference we get between Facebook and YouTube. I see we've got, roughly 4 or 5 on viewing on Facebook and over 100 on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, definitely go switch over to YouTube. We can't see the chat on Facebook, but we can on YouTube. So just coming into Freeport, Illinois. We'll be getting on Highway 20 here real soon. Head east toward Rockford. But anyway, it looks like everything's doing pretty good here. Like I said, main reason I brought this up, I wanted to touch on our severe weather chances tomorrow. I really wanted to try out the new stream system, and I'm pretty happy with it. We've been working on this for some time. I've always wanted to get the stream overlays. Facebook becomes a pain. Yeah, it sure does. But I've been wanting to get the overlays working for a long time, mainly the map. I put the clock on there just so that you could see, you could judge by your local time and see what the delay is. I think there's usually about a minute lag in the stream, but we were having some issues. There was a local news station that ripped our stream off, and they were in Texas back in July, and I was streaming, and they took our stream and basically put it up on TV, and that frustrates me because they made how much money off of that, and what they did was illegal. So now that having the overlays on there and the branding, people can't really do that, so that helps. But yeah, I'm happy so far. I think the next step is going to be actually transitioning our server in the cloud over to a home server and just running it at home, backup battery and all that, because then it's essentially free. I mean, you take $400 or $500 that we're paying in just the data costs on the server, and you take that away, and it makes a heck of a difference. England, well, hello. What time is it there? It's probably, 10 o'clock or so at night? Hate Facebook? Yeah, I do too. And yet, YouTube does have a little bit longer delay. We're streaming at 720p. The video feed is actually streaming at 960 by 540, so, that almost HD. Just below 720, just to save a little bit. That goes to a third-party server, which does the overlays, and then the entire stream goes out at 720. I was thinking about streaming it at 1080, but some of these people on their cell phones that don't have a good connection might have trouble displaying 1080, so we'll stick with 720. Yeah, anyway, so now we're on 20. We're headed toward Rockford. But anyway, a lawyer up. Yeah, I actually did. They finally settled. I sent them an invoice and they didn't want to pay it, and I was able to get a little bit of money out of them finally. But still, it really ticked me off because at the time we were in a really rough place financially because we had just basically blown a bunch of money on installing some streaming stuff and network in the car, and we do all that, and then immediately somebody ripped it off, and I'm like, man, that's ridiculous. They could have actually got us in trouble by doing that, because if we would have sold rights to the stream to a different news station and sold exclusive rights, which means that no one else can have the stream on air, we could have actually gotten in trouble for that. So what kind of vehicle? We're in, this is a Ford Fusion. It's a 2013 Fusion. I'll give you the sales pitch on it. I love this car. We bought this thing in October of 2019. October of 2019 with 25,000 miles on it, and now we've got 125,000 on it. So we put officially 100,000 miles on it. Over the past couple of years, we've had, hey Ryan, but over the past couple of years, we've had several different chase vehicles. We've had an F-150, which was great. I loved it because, four-wheel drive and everything. However, that thing used about 12 miles a gallon. That was ridiculous. Couldn't afford it. The thing actually died on us. We were taking a vacation out to Colorado. We were out near Golden, Colorado, west of Denver there. And we were going up a mountain pass, and I pulled into a rest stop, and the truck just died. Well, it was a 2010. Like the last year of the 5.4, and anybody who's a mechanic knows they have VCT problems and timing issues, and it was just a pain. So we basically limped it out there and then limped it home, and that was the end of that. And then we used a Ford Escape, which was fun because we could beat the heck out of it because we didn't care about it. But that thing was starting to get old and not very reliable, so we started chasing with this, and we put about 65,000 miles on this Fusion. It does pretty good. It's front-wheel drive only. It's not great in the mud. But I've actually got tires that are for an SUV that are on here. They're aggressive. They're the AT tires. They're more for like a Subaru. So they've got those kind of they kind of look like BF Goodrich BFG All-Terrains or the KO2s. So like a knockoff of that. They're a little bit bigger size, so the car looks a little goofy because it's got these giant tires on the small car. But I've had no problems on dirt roads unless it's like solid mud. So yeah, we still get 30-something miles a gallon. And we really need that right now with the price of gas, that's for sure. But it's been great. There's a guard over the back windshield or window that one of our followers made me. That's but it's a lot nicer there than here. But we are headed to Mississippi. This is going to be a long drive. I'll get really, really bored right around St. Louis. But I'm going to keep the stream up for a little bit here until we get out of the winter weather. Appreciate everybody joining us while we test out the new stream. Appreciate all the supporters. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to support, but those that do, it's appreciated. In fact, a lot of you don't realize this, but just by watching the stream, it's a huge support because that allows YouTube to realize that people are interested and it promotes the stream. So, appreciate all the viewers. And the video quality is kind of lame. I will have the bonded system set up for tomorrow. I had to take it out of the car because now that we're streaming to our own server, I set up a VPN that allows us to bond these connections. I'm actually using our cloud server as a VPN here to do the bonding. So I had that all set up, so I got to actually physically plug that in. It's actually mounted under the back seat, and I got to take the back seat out to plug it in. It's a pain. Michigan-Indiana border getting snow. I believe it. A huge area of snow. I should put the radar on screen. That's maybe what I need to do next, is get a little radar overlay. But, there's a big area of snow from like Minneapolis through Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We did. My 5-year-old, she got a gift from Santa. And it may or may not have been a very cheap gift, but it was her favorite. She got a game. She got that Yeti and the spaghetti game or whatever. It's pretty cute. She enjoyed that. And then the 4-month-old didn't really get much because she doesn't care. So definitely a good Christmas. Gonna miss New Year's with the family, but it is what it is. We'll do FaceTime. Where am I staying in Tunica? I'll probably, I don't remember which hotel I booked. If there's a Hampton Inn, it's the Hampton Inn. I almost always book Hilton hotels for the rewards, but if it wasn't that, then it was probably Days Inn. I don't know. It was something. But yeah, there is some decent food down there. I've stopped down there several times. And yeah, Radar Scope is great. I really wish that on Radar Scope you could load more than one radar site. You know, because if you want to zoom out and look at several states, you know, you're limited to that one site. I wish you could load more than one. In the car, I use Radar Scope, GR Level 3. I also use Barron, which is by satellite. That just gives basically a big overview. It's you can't select radar sites or anything. It's just one big overview, and that works pretty well. But yeah, Radar Scope is definitely probably the #1 app for mobile for, you know, actually looking at radar. I guess if we want to talk about apps for a minute, we can do that. Everybody's always asking. None of these apps pay us or sponsor us by any means. But I like My Radar. That's actually a pretty good app. It'll give you severe weather alerts and all that. Radar Scope is paid. I like Radar Scope. Radar Omega is okay. It's not the greatest, but I think Radar Scope is far superior. Barron, if you're just an average Joe and are looking for, you know, weather radar, I really like AccuWeather or the Barron weather app, BARON. That's a real good app as well. Dual pane mode, yeah, you know, that's the nice thing with Radar Scope. Before we were streaming, I used to use an iPad Pro in the car, and I would have Radar Scope on that, and that worked excellent. But now that we have the computer in here for the stream and all that, I use GR Level 3, and that overlays my GPS. But yeah, Radar Scope's excellent. Yeah, the stream with My Radar, there may be some issues with that. They do pick up our stream. My Radar does. Our partner is Severe Studios, SevereStreaming.com. And they have a partnership with My Radar, and I think there may be an issue right now with that. Yeah, I see lots of return viewers from our night of the big Kentucky tornado. Pivotal. Yeah, Pivotal weather's great for model sites. Weather, the College of DuPage is a good one, but I really like Pivotal. I use the free version, but I do have the paid version. But the free version and the paid version are almost the same, but you get rid of the ads, and for me, it's worth a couple dollars a month just to get rid of the darn ads. Oh yeah, we've heard of Pico's Hank. Hank is awesome. I'm good friends with Daniel Shaw. He's one of Hank's best friends. Hank's a good guy. I like Hank. He does some awesome work, great videos. It's ridiculous. The guy could put a video up of a tornado and he'll have 1 million views within 30 minutes. It's crazy. He's an excellent content creator. This guy's a little bit left to center. Radar app that offers Doppler. Well, you know, if you're just looking for just a regular radar app with nothing fancy, then basically you click on it, you turn it on, and you have radar. You could go AccuWeather. AccuWeather's good. They have a nice map, or you could do Barren. I think it's called Barren Critical Weather. That's probably my favorite. It's got no frills. It's just a forecast and a map. But yeah, today we're just chasing snow, Ryan. We're on the way to Tunica, Mississippi. It looks like tomorrow and Friday, Saturday, we may have tornadoes to chase. But anyway, we're almost to Rockford, Illinois. I actually used to live down this way. We lived near Byron, Illinois, where the big nuclear plant is. Then we moved back to Wisconsin. Probably can see me on the map down there. At least I hope that map's updating. It looks like it is. It should update every 2 or 3 minutes. Tell you what, though, getting that map overlay in the bottom corner is a real pain in the butt. That took a lot of kind of custom engineering or so to do. In fact, this whole live stream overlay has been a real pain in the rear. But having that map down there helps because, you know, when we're chasing, when we're actually, following a tornado or something, it's really difficult. People will be asking, where are you? And it's like, I have no idea where I am. I know I'm on this road, but I don't know where I am. Well, now we have the map down there, and that'll help. Yeah, Tunica is really, really nice. I like staying there because a lot of those hotels are pretty reasonably priced. And I don't like staying in Memphis just because all the hotels are expensive. I almost always stay at Hampton Inns or anything that's a Hilton hotel just because of the rewards program. But even in Memphis, usually you can get a Hampton Inn, a room at the Hampton Inn for like $95. Almost anywhere, just a regular room at the Hampton Inn is under $100. But, like in Memphis, they're like 140, 150. It's crazy. So I like Tunica. That's a nice area. I think it's a good spot to wake up tomorrow because we'll be close to the severe weather risk. We may have to go farther south toward Jackson, but I'll get up at 6 or 7 tomorrow and reposition. It won't be a big deal. And to you folks watching from overseas, yeah, howdy. It's just 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. I always love when we get the foreign folks on. We get a lot of people from Australia on here too, I notice. But it really amazes me all the people from Europe and the UK that jump on here. So that's always really, really cool. But if anybody's familiar with the area, we're coming up to the State Police building here on 20. Near Rockford, and I see a local TV camera guy off to the right there in the State Police parking lot. I wonder what he's doing. Probably getting B-roll. I'm sure they're doing a story about the snow. Yeah, I like the Hampton Inn. I like Hilton hotels because I always know what I'm going to get. I used to use Hotels.com, and I would usually get something, like a Days Inn or a Super 8, and I would look at the reviews, but I noticed I was spending like 15-20 minutes trying to find a hotel, and you only save like $15-20. It's just easier to just go on, like the Hilton app or whatever, and just be like, well, Hampton Inn, whatever. I'm getting a Hilton hotel, I know what I'm going to get. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I've stayed in a lot of hotels. I've stayed in a lot of terrible hotels too. I actually considered, when severe weather is slow, I considered starting like a YouTube channel about, world's worst hotels, and just purposefully go stay in these terrible hotels and make videos on them just for something. I've seen a couple of those videos and they're pretty entertaining. Yeah, Daniel, I see your comment about the blue dot. Yeah, it is really tough to see, especially if you're on a phone. If you're on a computer, it's probably okay. Hello, Russia. And yeah, I need to do something about that. There's a way I can go in. It's run through Mapbox. I can use some sort of custom API or CSS or something. I'm going to see if I can do that tonight at the hotel. Because, yeah, that's strange. I thought about zooming the map in, but then you're not seeing a whole lot. So I am going to do something about that, or see if I can change the symbol or something. Because I noticed that I was doing a test stream and I was watching on my phone at home, and it's just really tough to see. Motel 6, yeah, never again. There's actually a nice Motel 6 in North Platte. They just built it. That's a really nice one on the interstate there, but the other ones, yeah, they're usually garbage. And choice hotels are pretty good. I'm actually all right with Wyndham, but I don't know. I kind of like to stay with one hotel chain just because of the rewards. Plus, it's really nice when they see you've had like 15 hotel nights in the past like 30 days. Even if they're booked up, a lot of times they're willing to find you a room if you ask nicely. Like they give you a little bit of priority, and that's kind of nice. That's always appreciated. Especially when it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you really, really want to check out like a couple hours late. They usually let you do it if you stay there enough. Yeah, the roads are actually in good shape here. So I guess that's good. I thought this was going to be a little bit more treacherous than it was. It was earlier. It was almost a whiteout condition there south of Madison, Wisconsin. Went to Discount Tire, got the tires rotated and balanced, and ran some errands, and it was really, really rough going. Well, I guess we are behind a plow, so maybe that's part of it, but yeah, we'll leave the stream up for a little while here, guys. At least until we get out of the winter conditions. But anyway, based on tomorrow, I guess let's go back and talk about that real quick. If you're just joining us, I'm headed to Tunica, Mississippi. We've got a severe weather threat tomorrow down to the south. Looks like portions of Louisiana, Arkansas, maybe the Missouri Boot Heel, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. All could see severe weather tomorrow, maybe some tornadoes. Anywhere really between maybe 1 or 2 p.m. all the way up until 8 or 9 p.m., maybe even a little after dark. And then don't let your guard down, because Friday and Saturday we've got an increasing chance of severe weather down basically in the same area. Friday is a little iffy, but Saturday it looks like it could be it's got the potential to be a substantial severe weather event. Not calling it an outbreak or anything, but the ingredients are really kind of coming together, it looks like, for a notable severe weather event. I think we'll be starting the live stream tomorrow morning and leaving it up most of the day. So definitely check back. Yeah, I think the pavement temperature is warm enough that it's keeping the roads cleared off. Yeah, we haven't seen any snow really up here in a lot of like southern Wisconsin, central and northern Wisconsin saw some snow a couple weeks ago. We saw some dustings of snow here and there, but I think it was 2 or 3 nights ago we had thunder snow. Saw a flash of lightning while we were laying in bed and heard some thunder, and it was snowing. So it's been a while since we've had thunder snow, but yeah, Nick, strong wording. Inside joke. But yeah, it's been kind of a dry winter. Usually we've had some snow by now, but I'm okay with that. I'm not really a big fan of shoveling. I much prefer the convective weather, but we do chase snowstorms, so if there was not severe weather going on, we'd probably be up on like central Wisconsin covering the snow. you know, but I'll take the severe weather over that. I thought about coming back home and then going back down for Friday and Saturday, but I think we're just going to stay down there. But there could be some snow maybe on the back or the northern side of the system. I'm not 100% sure. I saw a couple of model runs maybe a day or two ago that were depicting maybe some snow for the middle Mississippi Valley, but I'm not too sold on that. It's really going to depend on what the temperatures are behind this system, but I don't think this is going to be like a strong front or anything. I don't think we're going to see these plummeting temperatures behind some sort of crashing cold front or anything, but we'll do a full update right away tomorrow morning, and we'll talk about all hazards, even if there will be anything like that involved. Yeah, it looks like central Wisconsin is still really getting some heavy snow. Real heavy snow up by La Crosse, it looks like. A mix of precipitation down there near Aurora and Joliet, Illinois, and northern and northeastern Illinois. But it looks like we're actually starting to get out of some of the snow here. And the farther south we go, it looks like it totally cuts off by Bloomington, which is actually good news for us. I'm just not a huge fan of winter weather. We may do some extreme winter weather chasing this winter, though. I have an old Jeep with like a 6-inch lift kit on it, ginormous tires. And that thing will go through about anything. I thought about maybe going into some extreme snow and streaming it that way. That may be interesting. Maybe we'll try it. A couple of people have asked what I use to storm chase in the winter for snow. Actually, I usually rent a car. If I'm not going to use the Fusion here, like if I need, you know, like a Tahoe or something with 4-wheel drive, I usually just rent it. If I need to be driving around, if it's just a minor event like this or just a couple of inches, I just use my car. But if there's something like in Colorado or some big upslope snow event or some big snow event with some, you know, in the mountains, like near Denver or something, yeah, I'll usually just rent a car that's got 4-wheel drive and just set the stream up in the car. But I just can't afford to drive 4-wheel drive around all the time. It's just ridiculous. It's so expensive driving. I mean, you know, do 100,000 miles a year, that adds up quick. It probably would be doable. I guess it's not that terrible bad as long as you kind of, you know, you use, you know, gas station rewards, credit cards and stuff, and use points and all that. But it's really hard to go back down to 15, 16 miles a gallon when you're used to 30 or 35. Well, hello, Rockford. Yeah, we just coming into Rockford. I used to live near Byron, and I don't know which overpass this is for some reason. I'm drawing a blank on which overpass that was. But we'll be coming up to the Route 2 overpass here, the Route 2 interchange shortly by the new Loves. Yeah, Mike, we're should just be coming up to I-39 in about 5-10 minutes here. Headed south toward Tunica, Mississippi. We'll be chasing possibly tornadoes tomorrow and then Friday and Saturday, but figured we would stream the weather on the way. Looks like we're about done with the snow here in this area, or at least almost done. Well, if you live right off Alpine, I guess we'll wave when we go by. But hopefully they fix. You'll know what I'm talking about. I hope they fix Highway 20 here at some point. The middle where the center line is going right down. It's like one giant pothole. It's gotten worse. But tomorrow, I think our limiting factor with severe weather may be a capping inversion, possibly. Like I said, I haven't really analyzed the models too much, and I should have. But it looks like there is a threat for discrete supercells, and if there are isolated storms, you know, not just a line of storms, if we get these isolated, especially prefrontal storms, that would increase the tornado threat because the storms won't be competing with each other over the environment. I think I'm going to be targeting down near Jackson, Mississippi. Most likely. I think we'll probably, like I said, head down toward the Jackson, Mississippi area in the morning. It's really tough storm chasing terrain down there, guys. The trees, you know, you can't see anything. So I have the drone with, and I've got the drone set up where I can actually patch it into the live stream so we can flip it from the dash camera to the drone. The only problem with that is if these storms happen when it's dark out, that's going to be useless. So if they do happen during the day, trees will not, we won't let the trees get us down. We'll put the drone up. I really need to upgrade my drone. I've got the original Mavic Pro, but it's getting old. Start putting money aside for a Mavic 2. Something a little bit newer. A little bit better in low light. Yeah, like I said, so far so good. I thought we were going to be sliding around quite a bit. I thought this would be a little bit more noteworthy. I don't know how many people in the chat that are viewing are actually getting snowed on right now, but I'm really not used to this. This is the most snow I've driven in since like February, March or whatever. Diana, we're in northern Illinois near Rockford. Headed toward Tunica, Mississippi to chase tornadoes. It's going over 251. Sometimes I miss living down here. Sometimes. Not often. I mean, it's pretty. back into a little bit of snow, but I think we're going to get out of that pretty quick. There's some locally heavy snow right here. We have some snow. Overall, the roads are in good shape. There was a lot of winter driving issues on 39 of Rockford earlier, but I see people now warm where you're at in the chat. And anyway, it's about 50 right now. I'm jealous. Yeah, Robin, the little flashing thing on the bottom, well, in the top left, I've got more of those that are supposed to change. I just didn't get them all loaded. So, yeah, I tried to put some info on there. Yeah, I'm glad we got that. That was my biggest concern. Need that. Not for me, but for the viewers, because we don't really monitor the chat. We just kind of see things pop. I'll see something pop up there in the corner of my eye, but people will be asking left and right, where are you at? In the past, it's like I never would see them and never be able to answer them. So that map updates every couple of minutes, so it'll be a relatively decent location. I've got it zoomed out quite a bit, but I wanted it zoomed out so that people could see, kind of in relation to what region we're in. This is the interstate. This is I-39 south of Rockford. And the interstate's in good shape so far, it looks like. That right here is why we stream to YouTube mostly, because people are on Facebook. The only reason we stream to Facebook is basically to get anybody who doesn't really monitor YouTube. They see something's live on Facebook, they'll watch it, but obviously they can. YouTube seems to be the superior platform. I had considered bringing my fiance Nikki along, but she's going to stay home with the kids. Understandable, for New Year's. I will probably FaceTime them for New Year's Eve, unless we are streaming. By the way, if we're doing a live stream Friday night, we're definitely going to do a New Year's countdown on here. Absolutely. Unless, of course, we're like on a tornado or something. Wouldn't that be something? A tornado at midnight, and it'd be a dual year tornado. We had a quad state supercell this year. What if we had a dual year tornado? But I hope we don't see any sort of disaster like we saw in Kentucky and Edwardsville, Illinois back on the 10th for a long time. That was really bad. Nick, I'll pick you up, pack your bag. I'll be going right through there. Yeah, that was terrible. I never expected that long track of a storm. But I don't think we'll see that for a while. That's kind of one of those, I think it's safe to say that's one of those, decade weather events that you see something like that once every, 5 to 10 years. Those, tornado catastrophes like that. You know, and I hate to say it, but we were kind of due for one. You know, back in 2015, we had Rochelle, and then we had, you know, like the Moore tornadoes, the El Reno's tornado. You know, we've had bad tornadoes, and, you know, even earlier this year, we had the tornadoes down south. But I don't think we'll see that sort of catastrophe here over the next few days. At least I hope not. But anyway, we'll probably be closing the stream down before too terrible long. We've been up for about an hour. We're now south of Rockford. We're really getting out of this winter weather now. But we'll leave it up a little bit. I just want to go down and we'll talk to everybody here real quick if you just joined in. We're en route to Tunica, Mississippi. We're going to intercept some tornadoes maybe tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Slight risk for severe weather for tomorrow, and then they've also, Storm Prediction Center has highlighted basically the same for Friday and Saturday. Looks like the biggest area of concern tomorrow is Mississippi, northeast Louisiana, eastern Arkansas, maybe the Missouri boot heel, parts of Tennessee, maybe even Alabama. Tornadoes are not out of the question. Damaging winds as well. Could start as early as lunchtime tomorrow. I think Thursday we're going to do a live stream in the afternoon. I've gotten several messages on Twitter, of all places, by people that are finding us on YouTube and Facebook that really want to see kind of a question and answer format and want to see the equipment that we're using. So I think Thursday I'm going to get all the stuff out in the hotel room and lay everything out, and maybe we'll do a live stream and we'll go over some of the equipment and all that. But again, everybody who's viewed and watched today, I really appreciate it. We enjoy doing the live streams. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and say farewell for now. I'll post some updates throughout the day today. If you're watching us on YouTube and you're not on our Facebook page, definitely visit our website. It's in the Facebook or YouTube description somewhere, stormpredators.com, or you can do seethestorm.com. And jump on our Facebook page. Be sure to subscribe also. But yeah, if you jump on our Facebook page, you'll see the updates. Post graphic updates every now and then. But you'll probably see me post something around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow morning, it'll be full coverage. We'll start maybe 6 or 7 a.m. posting some video updates, maybe a live stream. And then later in the afternoon, we'll be live streaming the storms. There's our Australian viewer. Every time I do a live stream, we seem to get somebody from Australia. That's awesome. But anyway, anybody for just tuning in, sorry. But like I said, I'm going to close the stream down mainly so I can listen to the radio. Because if I stream the radio, I'll get a copyright claim. And then I'll get sued. So, take care, everybody. I'll close the stream down, and we will see everybody tomorrow. If not today, subscribe, follow, whatever. Thanks. Take care. We appreciate it, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to afford to do this. So, see you all later.